So they'll be calling you a radical. Those are the Weber State geese. They're here. How did they get here? Because them are the babies. That's mom and dad. They can't fly. Do you realize the trek from Weber State Pond? The most busy intersection in Ogden, Utah. I call the corner of Obey and Consumption, 40th and Harrison. Well, they had to cross Harrison to get here because they can't fly. I think it's incredible. Absolutely, the intelligence of these animals. So Weber State turned the natural wetland into a spent fuel pool. They concreted it. Now, why they drained it off? Why, there's 4 sets of parents on that pond, which I've been documenting, and they tore out their nesting berm. I was part of that group that put that in that. Weber State's pond is a natural wetland. People don't know that. They tried a parking lot over it in the 50s, 60s, and it was a disaster. So in the 70s, these thoughtful, smart, incredible, when they really taught biology at Weber State, restored it. How in the hell did they get here? They walked. They can't fly. They walked. It's pretty amazing, the intelligence of these animals. So, I mean, they live to be 35 years old. They used to, but they shoot them and kill them now. Utah hunts them pretty well all year, which is obscene. Their natural wetlands are being destroyed daily. You know, let's build a mall in their natural wetland at Farmington Bay. Oh, yeah, you don't believe me? Farmington Station. Nothing west, so they changed what's west. How did they get here? It's unbelievable how intelligent they are. They mate for life. They used to live to be 35 years old. They're lucky to make 20 now. They get shot. So, how did they get? They walk. It blows my mind. They tore out their nest. How they were even born? Where they hid to sit on the nest over there. There's nowhere to do it because this is the state that hates the ecology. Now, the hospital's a natural wetland. I grew up right here. This was all a giant pond last when there were 3 ponds. It was such hallowed, incredible. I'll tell you how they got here. They walked. How did they know? Because their parents had done it before. Mom and dad had done it before. Mom and dad were most likely born on the Weber State Pond. And at some point over the last few years, they had walked over here. Now here they go. Maybe they walking back because they refilled the pond. Now, how would they possibly know that? I don't know, man. It blows my mind how intelligent they are. You know, they walked over here from Weber State. They were born at Weber State, and Weber State drained the pond.
I never see this many here.
Well, they walked over here because they drained the pond.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
And so there's all kinds of, it blows my mind how they made it.
It's like how they know. They probably crossed but
well,
did they fly or walk?
They walked. They can't fly. They're babies. They walked.
Okay, they are babies, I can tell.
Look right here.
Oh.
So it blows my mind how they made it, right? How did they get across Harrison without getting hit? It is unbelievable. It just shows you. It's amazing. Yeah, so I think people care. They just don't know because we don't teach it anymore. I'll tell you how they knew. Their parents were born here. Their grandparents were born here. Their great-grandparents were born here. They're territorial animals. This has been a wetland for millions and millions of years. So is Weber State Pond. So they're like us humanoids. We have to try to adapt, right? I mean, from the earthquake, it's an incredible story. I want to make sure I get it. They walked. They can't fly. How did they get across Harrison? Oh boy. I don't know, but there's some baby ducks over here. There was 10. There's 3 of them. Baby ducks floating in the pond right now. Dead. What killed them? A dog. I saw it. I didn't see him actually kill it. But I saw her. I'm like, hey, girl, you can't have a dog in this pond. He's off a leash. Well, that's a dog. Chomped 3 of them. How the hell did they pull it off? They walked because their parents remember. I'm sure their parents had done it before. It blows my mind, actually. It really blows my mind. Will they walk back? I don't know. Those ones over there they're not too far from flying. Those are two sets of parents, you know, bickering a little bit. Are they going to walk back to the pond? How would they know that it's refilled? I don't know. Maybe it's a smell thing. But when they drained the pond, they had no options because they have to have water to keep themselves away from predators. That's how they survive. When they're young and they can't fly, dogs, oh yeah, raccoons, which are not natural predators, but they've had to adapt. I mean, you see these things nesting on buildings now and trees. They're always ground nesters. They've had to adapt. What a story. Shows you how intelligent and dynamic. By the way, you know, all the Roundup sprayed, you know, the chemicals affects us all. And, you know, their habitat's being destroyed, so they're trying to evolve to survive. Utah hunts them pretty well from September 1st clear to February. What? They've developed, well, they're losing their natural freaking habitat. Cars? Oh, fuck. Dogs? Oh, God, how do they survive? You know, there's natural predators, of course. They have natural predators, you know. Wildcats are native here, bobcats. You know. But what they're up against now, it blows my mind. Will they walk back? Now, Glassman's still up there. There's a little bit of pond up there. So my guess, maybe she'll lead them up there. They can't fly. How did they get here? You know how crowded? I mean, Harrison Boulevard is the most crowded street in Utah besides Riverdale Road. Well, in Ogden. What a story, right? Shows you how intelligent they are. Why would they drain the pond when there's all these young geese on there? For no reason. They didn't do anything. They've done it a couple of, they've cemented it, turned it natural, which is against the law. That's against the law. We have laws in this country. It's against the law to drain a wetland. Well, what did Governor Herbert used to tell me? Kevin, he claimed this quote. It's not his quote. I think it's Sinclair's quote, maybe. Maybe Utah Phillips, one of the great old. Culture eats policy for breakfast, Kevin. I see Shad, but guess what? Culture and the ecology, the nuclear energy, the poison, the Roundup, guess what it has? It eats culture, policy, eats them both. Cancer. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a fucking midnight snack. I told him that right to his face. Of course, I'll take Herbert back over fucking Governor Cox, the SMR fucking Bill Gates lovers. It's amazing. So I wanted to get this. It blows my mind, actually, that they pulled this off. They walked. Are you kidding? How did they pull it off? Will they survive? I don't know. The baby ducks are dead on the pond. They're still floating in there. Well, look what they're up against. Roundup. Oh, the birds. I'll take the natural ones. What a story. There's a bunch of them. There's actually 4 sets of parents here. There's 5 because there's one parent over there that's just got a couple babies. But the humanoids don't know anymore. Oh, they couldn't tell a domestic from a natural. They have no clue. They've lost their connection with the ecology. Shows you how smart these animals are. I'm sure that the parents had made that walk before when they were a baby. You know, we're supposed to teach that way. I hear the voices of my great-great-grandparents. What a story. Stay in